In an age where landfills overflow and microplastics pollute oceans, the concept of zero waste has become a modern rallying cry. Yet, for Indigenous communities worldwide, living with minimal waste has been a foundational way of life for centuries. Their practices exemplify a deep respect for resources and a commitment to sustainability, offering valuable lessons for contemporary societies. For Indigenous peoples, the zero-waste philosophy is not a trend, but a cultural norm, deeply embedded in their worldview. This approach is driven by a profound respect for the natural world and the belief that all resources are interconnected and finite. Whether hunting, gathering, or crafting, every action is guided by principles of necessity, gratitude, and renewal. In many Indigenous traditions, animals are considered sacred beings whose lives are honored through full utilization of their bodies. This practice minimizes waste and maximizes the utility of every hunt. Food. The meat is consumed, ensuring sustenance for the community. Clothing and shelter. Hides are used for clothing, footwear, and tents. Tools and weapons. Bones are crafted into tools, needles, or weaponry. Art and ceremony. Feathers, sinews, and horns are often used in cultural expressions or sacred rituals. For example, the Plains tribes of North America used every part of the buffalo, a practice that sustained their communities for generations. By contrast, industrialized hunting practices often prioritize profit over efficiency, leading to excessive waste. Composting and natural recycling are intrinsic to Indigenous lifestyles. Organic waste, such as food scraps or plant matter, is returned to the earth, enriching the soil and completing a natural cycle of renewal. Ashes from fires are used to fertilize crops. Leftover plant materials are decomposed to create nutrient-rich compost for farming. Biodegradable tools made from wood or bone naturally return to the ecosystem at the end of their life cycle. This approach starkly contrasts with modern waste systems, which rely heavily on synthetic, non-biodegradable materials that persist in landfills for centuries. Indigenous artisans traditionally create tools, clothing, and structures with durability and purpose at the forefront. Items are designed for long-term use and, when they reach the end of their life, are repurposed into something new. Basket weaving involves using natural materials like reeds and grasses, which eventually decompose back into the earth. Clothing repair and repurposing ensure that garments are used to their fullest potential before being replaced. This stands in stark contrast to the fast fashion and disposable consumer culture that dominates modern markets.